football club's fan base is the heart of the team, anywhere you go in the world, any country, any league. And the Club World Cup has given us the opportunity to see some of the world's best right here in the US. Today, we're gonna find out if the biggest clubs have the best fan bases or if there are underrated hidden gems that deserve a little bit more hype. All right, guys, let's get into it. So we're gonna be taking a look at some of these videos from various fan bases here for the Club World Cup in the US. And we're gonna grade the fan bases on a scale of A through F.
Okay, bad.
First thing we're gonna look at is Palmeiras. So they take over, or they took over New York when they first came, but I mean, you guys have been around in the city for the past few weeks. It is hard for me to go on public transportation without seeing a Palmeiras jersey or a Fluminense jersey.
Bro, they've taken over New York, bro.
Palmeiras,
bro.
Dude, they are everywhere,
bro,
on every
everywhere.
train. I went out, I was in Williamsburg last week or whatever, which is like, if you're a tourist, you're probably not staying in Williamsburg. You're probably not really going to Williamsburg. You got a lot of other stuff in New York to see. Multiple groups of Fluminense fans, full kit.
Everywhere.
My girlfriend was like, what's that jersey? I haven't seen that before. It's like these Brazilian fans. She's like, why are they in Williamsburg? I don't know.
And you know what's even better? All the Brazilian teams are kicking ass.
Yeah, man, they're playing great.
Botafogo beating PSG. Botafogo beating PSG with an American owner. Shout out John Texter.
Did you see how excited he was after?
So
and his like
excited
cowboy
after
hat?
the game. I love seeing that. Also, what? You got Fluminense playing well. You got to see them play, right?
I got to see Porto and Palmeiras play, bro. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. Both fan bases are just amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't think, but the craziest part is for me is like the dedication between both fan bases. Because a lot of the times where they're not from here, and I'm telling you, like the way they took over, it's not even just in New York. But we went to Orlando over the weekend. I was in Orlando with my boy Kevin, bro. We're in the airport. And we're talking to 4 Palmeiras like fans, and we've walked past over 15.
Yeah.
They're traveling to watch games, bro.
I think it's like their uniform. They're not allowed legally to be outside without wearing the kit.
Without it. And then we're talking to them like, whoa, these fans are insane.
Yeah.
Like they're in the New York takeovers, Times Square.
Yeah.
They're in the stadiums, bro. Like when we were watching the game, the atmosphere is crazy, bro. I'm telling you, like we had one Palmeiras fan in our section because we were sitting with Porto, bro. Out of nowhere, all you hear is Palmeiras. Everybody turns their head and it's just him in the section, literally sitting down. Palmeiras.
Yeah.
Like, yo, like,
bro, he's brave, bro. He might get some kickback from
word, but like
the Porto fans.
But he was doing his thing, though. He was repping.
Flags, pyro, they got the flares, and like these kind of just like organically happen. I think there's a fan page or someone who's like a fan influencer or whatever who's like, all right, we're meeting here, and then 2 hours later there's like 2,000 people who show up.
And I think this is the soccer culture that Americans need to see.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like we're
That's a
talking
good
about
point.
Americans seeing Palmeiras jerseys,
100%.
Americans seeing Botafogo jerseys, Urawa Red Diamonds jerseys. A lot of people in America don't know that these teams exist or like they have fan bases that are so big. I went to the Al Hilal Real Madrid game. Bro, Al Hilal fans came out, bro.
Yeah.
From the Middle East, bro. Like speaking pure Arabic, bro. At the matches, like they're really authentically coming in like, you know, their traditional clothing. They're coming with the Al Hilal outfits, and it's like it's so big, especially like in the time that we live in now where we forget about in America how we're this big melting pot. Yeah. And soccer encapsulates everything that has to do with that.
That was kind of beautiful, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of beautiful. You know those Emirates flights, Miami, Dubai, busy,
bro. And it's like all of them are coming to the games, all of them are supporting their clubs, and Americans need to really visualize and just see how big the game is everywhere else to understand why it's so big to Americans like us.
I think that's a really good point.
You just warm my heart, bro.
Of course, bro. It's a must, bro. If the game's gonna grow, you gotta see things like this, bro.
100%. And things like this is what's gonna make it grow, bro.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying, like football is too big, man. A lot of people, like especially over here, just don't really know about it. But if you introduce it, and I'm telling you, like seeing all these jerseys, it's not just Palmeiras jerseys. I'm talking about everybody in the tournament, seeing them come out, even the clubs themselves just balling out, and it's just like, yo, like it just shows how much love these people have for the game, physically not being on the field playing it, but just how much they love watching it and just being a part of it in any type of way, bro.
So I think that the Club World Cup in concept is a phenomenal idea, right? Because like you love the World Cup because you get to see you get to see Morocco, which is a bigger country than I think a lot of people give it credit for, especially like football wise. But you get to see these smaller countries take on these huge giants where you have all the superstars on every big club team in the world play for that country, right? And you get to see those like underdog matchups in the club world. You don't really see it in Europe. You kind of get it sometimes in like Conference League, but then people make fun of Chelsea for being in Conference League. So
exactly.
Whatever. So it's not the same. But like when you get these smaller teams from Brazil, even though they're huge clubs, but Brazil or South Korea or wherever in the Middle East or like New Zealand or South Africa, a competition where it really matters, where the small clubs take it seriously and the big clubs take it seriously, is like a huge benefit to the sport. Yeah, Palmeiras, A, of course. They got to be A. All right, next up we got River Plate. So we're watching River Plate in Venice Beach right now.
I'll give this like a B, bro. It looked like they just kind of chilling on the beach. I don't see the direction.
It's they got people there, but if the Palmeiras fans are the like barometer for what's an A, that's a high bar to match. Now, credit to River Plate still though. They got people showing up with the flags. That's cool.
Yeah.
No, but I want like the grill going on for Argentinians.
Where's the asado, bro?
Where's the asado? Yeah, where's the churrasco? Where's the beer at? You know what I'm saying? For Argentinians, I feel like they could do a lot more than this. But
is that a big old flag though, or is that just
I'm not gonna lie, the flag is pretty insane.
That's pretty hard.
Okay, that looks pretty nice visually.
It look good, but I want more engagement, bro.
Yeah. All right, we'll give it like
a C, bro.
Well, C?
Yeah.
That's a B for me. That's a B for me.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Mustafa, you rated kind of harsh.
Nah, a little bit, bro.
You got to though. I like that.
Come on, but like, bro, like I want more engagement because it's not just about being there.
Get chanting and singing and stuff. Yeah. If we're gonna give it an A, the A bar is high, so we gotta block it.
At least they came though.
Yeah, they showed up. So
the numbers are there.
For that, you get a B. All right, next up we got Porto.
Oh no, FC Porto. The stands are empty, but you guys don't worry. I'm supporting you guys on camera. Shout out FC Porto.
Yeah.
But nah, I'm gonna have to give this. This is absurd. This is an F, bro. There's no FC Porto fans in America.
I think a lot of the. All right, here's my take on why this happens. Right, you guys might agree with me. A lot of the European fans are jaded to the Club World Cup. They see their team play in the Champions League every year. They see them play, or the Europa League, right? They see them play in a high-level European league where it matters and people show out and they have big derbies. They play Sporting or whatever. Like those fans are a little bit spoiled. Now, credit to the fans. They're always there during the domestic season. They show out for that. That's all good. But they are not ready to go on vacation in Atlanta. They're like, why would I go to Atlanta, spend all this money, go to the States, whatever, right now, when I can just go watch us play at the Bernabeu in the Champions League group stage. Whereas you have these teams who are from Brazil or from Argentina where they don't get as much international clout. They're like, this is our time to really show what we do. So I don't blame the Porto fans for not traveling like the South American fans do, but I'm going to give them a D for that.
I'm going to give them a F, bro. There's nobody in the stadium. I know that at the end of the day, people, you don't want to leave from Portugal, but where's my Portuguese people in America? You know what I'm saying? Surely there's an FC Porto fan.
Play that game in Ironbound.
I'm not even going to lie. I gotta defend Porto, man. With this clip, I don't know what's going on. Obviously, the rating is gonna be like a C and a D.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but
I get that shit F.
But bro, there are a lot of Porto fans over here.
You think it matters where they play geographically? Because it was in MetLife when you saw them play, right, in Jersey.
Yeah, but
there's a lot of Portuguese
But then again,
people.
like it takes a lot to travel from Portugal. Like,
it does,
It's a lot, bro. Because I was over there last summer, bro. It takes a lot. But I will tell you, bro, Portuguese fans, dedication. They're here. Against the game with Palmeiras, bro, it was band for band. Literally,
you know what?
Bro.
You know what I'll do? I'll give them
everything was full.
I'll give them a C because they show up where there are Portuguese communities.
Right.
But Palmeiras and all those guys are showing up wherever. So I'll give them a C. I'll give them some credit.
All right, I was a little rough, man. I'm gonna give them a D, bro.
Just like
I'll give them a D, bro. I'll give them a D, bro.
Yeah.
I'll give them a D because I still expect people to turn out.
Yeah, I gotta defend them, bro. Come on, bro.
I turned out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even really a Porto fan like that.
All right, Porto, we'll give them a C. Next up, Urawa Red Diamonds.
Let's see what they be saying, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I heard Urawa was going.
This is the Club World Cup at its best. This is honestly footy at its best. These photos are wild, and this is not as big of a club as Argentinian big teams or Brazilian big clubs. Like this is incredible support.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. This looks so good. It looks iconic.
It looks iconic.
This is incredible sport. This is an A too.
This
up
is
there.
an A+,
you see everybody holding everything as well. Come on, this is what I'm talking about.
I saw their fans as well. They were talking smack in different languages to other teams.
That's hard, dude.
They've been doing their research, bro.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
That is incredible. 45 minutes before kickoff. That is unbelievable.
See, this is what we need to see. This is authentic Japanese culture coming to America.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? AAPI month just passed. Shout out Urawa Red Diamonds. I'm going to give them an A, bro.
Yeah, that's
Their Asian community
unbelievable,
came to support, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
Bro. Like, and you could clearly see, bro. Everybody just loves the game and they love exactly what they're watching.
And if I'm an Inter Milan fan, if I'm an Inter Milan player, I'm
You're
like,
oh,
shit.
Bro, but like you also have to realize that as a fan base, you play a huge role in the game.
Yeah, look, this guy's crying because it means so much for him to be there.
But on top of that, it's just like ultimately you could help your players perform even better. That atmosphere and like you, like you bringing that, but it's a momentum thing, bro. In football,
100%.
especially, bro. you being able to get that dog out your player and them hearing everything that you're saying and not wanting to let you guys down.
Fan base.
It matters. It matters. 100%. It matters.
Makes a difference for sure.
It matters. All right, we're giving them an A.
A for sure.
Last but not least, we got Real Madrid. Let's see what they were bringing.
Madrid. I mean, when I saw them pop out in Miami, they looked like there was fans there, bro.
This photo is like meh, but I've seen videos. You were there. You watched them play.
It was a little bit more packed than this. There was some empty spaces. Overall, I'm gonna give it a B. I think Real Madrid. I think what killed Real Madrid was playing in the middle of the day in Miami.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Still, that's bro, so
middle
tough.
of the day, middle of the week, Wednesday, 3 o'clock p.m. in Miami.
This video though,
tough,
the bus coming in. Here's
fire.
I'll give them a B too, and here's why. Real Madrid is like arguably the biggest club in the world. They have fans all over. The equivalency is not there for me of a kid who has a Jude Bellingham kit showing up to watch the team bus pull in versus people traveling from Japan to go build tifos in their like hotel parking lot. It's still cool. I'll give them a B, but that A level is really it's tough to reach.
For me, as an international brand, Real Madrid should be looking to like sell out the stadium.
They should be selling,
you know
100%.
And I think as we get closer to like the knockout rounds where it starts to make sense and you're seeing a bigger teams play against each other, it will.
Yeah.
But for that first game, I'm gonna have to give it a B.
Yeah,
that's valid. I completely agree. I'm not gonna lie, because like you said, it's different when you're just like, okay, I could just go watch them or go see them pulling just because they're in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's completely different when you're like, again, putting your life on hold.
Traveling,
coming all the way over here for the sole purpose of just not only seeing them play, but potentially like just seeing them up close, bro. It's a different type of feeling, bro. Come on.
I'm with that.
From looking at all the clubs in the Club World Cup, seeing their fan bases, seeing their audiences, seeing the people that they're able to tap into, we could make a decision that the smaller clubs, you know, the Brazilian teams, the Asian teams, they have better fan bases than the European teams so far in the Club World Cup.
At the Club World Cup, yeah, man. And they're dedicated like that. These guys are like ride or dies, and they will pay $5,000 and travel halfway around the world just to go cheer in a parking lot. Like, that's pretty special. And I don't know. I think it's a good look for the Club World Cup that they're doing that.